Welcome, 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 everybody, and a very special welcome to our brand new author, Holli Plunkett. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Miriam. How are you?
I'm excited for your book launch.
Thank
How are you
you.
doing?
I am so good. I am such a special day. It's been a lot of work has been put into this, and I am so excited to have my launch day and get my book out there for all of the readers who've been waiting on it.
Yes, and of course, I know all of our viewers are seeing the dog beside you. We all have questions, but yes, please share the title of your book.
So the title of my book is Naughty Maggie.
Okay, excellent. And tell us first what inspired you to write this book?
I was inspired by my four children and all of the students that I've taught from a very young age. Um, I've loved reading. I've read to all of my children from infancy. I taught first grade for 15 years before I moved to the high school librarian. And there's just something magical about seeing a child open up a book and read. And even if they can't read, reading pictures is reading. So just looking at the
Yes.
pictures, they create a mental image in their head. And I started taking Maggie to school with me whenever she was a puppy. And whenever she would come to school with me, my classroom environment was so calm. It was so loving. The kids who normally might act out didn't. It was something,
Mhm.
she's like therapy. And so
Yes.
I wanted to create a story where they can have that calmness anywhere they go. And so if you don't have a dog, you can have a Naughty Maggie book and you get the best of both worlds. You have a dog and you have a book. So that's what I hope that the inspiration, that's where it came from, is creating
Mhm.
that calmness and spread the love of reading.
Yes, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, even children that are not reading yet will get so much from a book. My grandbaby is a year and a half, and she will sit down and leaf through the book because, like you
Yes,
said, she's getting this story through the illustrations. So
correct.
definitely from infancy, it's so important.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
Holly, I'm so proud of you. I love your book. I love the
Thank
writing. I love the
you.
illustrations, the colors. It looks so beautiful. Can you tell us what the book is about and who it's for?
Yes. So Naughty Maggie is about our mini golden doodle named Maggie. Maggie, come here. I want to show you and introduce you to Maggie.
Yes.
She is always doing things to get into
Oh,
trouble. Can you say hi, Maggie? You say
hi,
hi.
Maggie.
Yeah. And
I
so this
love her
book,
bow.
thank you. This book is about and us leaving for the afternoon and her getting into trouble and causing a mess. And so a lot of the things that happened in this book are based on true events that really did happen. And so in this book, you will see her personality shine and you will learn about unconditional love.
Hmm. I love that. I love that. But now that I'm meeting Maggie, she looks like a little saint. Come on, she couldn't have done
Well,
all the things in the book.
she absolutely did. She's cute, but she's naughty. So she's our
Oh,
baby,
so
so we love
sweet.
her.
So sweet. And who would you say the book is for, Holly?
I think that the book is for kids and adults of all ages. I don't think that picture books should be limited to just children. Like I said, I'm a high school librarian and I have a picture book section in my library, and my teenagers love to pick up a picture book. It's so fun. They'll make the voices and they like to read them. And so I just think that anybody that loves dogs and reading will love Naughty Maggie. I have a stack of books that I plan to read to my grandchildren one day. I read to my nephews, and so I think anybody that loves reading and loves dogs will love Naughty
Perfect.
Maggie. Are you done, Maggie?
Perfect. Well, it's nice meeting you, Maggie.
Bye. She's
So good
done.
to actually see the dog behind the story.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
My
So,
illustrator did an incredible job at creating her. I sent her a picture and that's what she came up with. And so I knew that she was the one because it showcased her perfectly.
yes. So tell us your illustrator's name because you're right. She did a beautiful job.
Her name is Pavani Apsara, and she is
Okay.
from Sri Lanka. And I found her on Instagram actually, and I reached out to several illustrators and had some samples made. And whenever I saw her version of Maggie, I knew that she was the one, and she absolutely captured everything exactly how I would have imagined it.
Perfect. She did
So
a beautiful
she
job.
did, yes.
So tell me a little bit more about the book. What is it that you hope that kids and parents will take away from this book?
You know, there are so many lessons that can be learned from books, and adults and children are always going to mess up. It doesn't matter what age you are, but
Mm.
it's so important to know that even though you mess up, you are still valued, you are still loved, and everybody deserves some forgiveness and grace. And so I hope that by reading this story, they're reminded that they are loved no matter what mistakes they have ever made.
I love that message. Love that message. And you're right. Our pets and ourselves will make a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
So, let's talk a little bit about you becoming an author. How long were you thinking about writing for? How long have you had this dream for?
You know, I have always been I've had such a love for reading my entire life. I have so many vivid memories of lining all my baby dolls up on the stairs. I would read to them. I always had a book everywhere that I went. I remember I was actually sharing this story with my sister the other day about I faked sick from school one day so that I could stay home and finish my book because it was such a good book that I wanted to finish my book.
Oh,
And so I have just always loved reading. It's something that I've
mm,
always loved to do. And I knowing that I have put my ideas out there into writing, that there's one more book on the shelves that a student can read or an adult can read. And knowing that I'm spreading that love and hopefully adding some calmness to someone's life. I know that I lived through stories a lot of times. My favorite book quote is, a reader lives 1,000 lives and a non-reader only lives one. And so no
mm.
matter what anybody's facing, I hope that they can pick up Naughty Maggie and it'll bring a smile to their face.
Yeah, it sure will. It sure will. Holly, so as you mentioned that, I want to pause for a second and just let our viewers know that the book is available today on Amazon. So make sure to go grab a copy of
Yeah.
Naughty Maggie because the children, the adults who will be reading this story will fall in love with her just like I did and will fall in love with the story. And like you said, Holly, there's it's a little bit of entertainment, but it's also a really good lesson for all of us to remember. Yeah. So, throughout your journey, can you tell us a little bit about the journey to become an author? What was your biggest challenge when writing this book?
I think my biggest challenge was finding which content that I wanted to use because, like I said, so many of these things she's actually done in real life. And so I just kind of made a list of all of the different things that she had done. And it was like, what do I want to include in this book? And so I think just narrowing down the content of what should be included and what's going to flow together. I didn't
Mm,
lack ideas. And so that was very helpful that I had a lot to choose from.
that's good. That's great to know. And then what would you say was the biggest lesson throughout the publishing process for you?
I think the biggest lesson was in the beginning, it's so natural to have so much self-doubt. And it was like,
Mm,
I had this dream. I wanted to be an author, but then it was like, I don't know if it'll do any good, if I am capable of actually writing a children's book. And then I found your publishing company one day and I thought, I can do this. I can do this. And without your guidance and support, it would have been much more difficult. But your program has laid everything out so perfectly and so available for questions, and they just really guided the process and made it so
mm.
easy.
Oh, thank you, Holly. Thank you. And I'm glad you shared that lessons. And I always ask lessons and challenges because we have a lot of aspiring authors that watch us. And I know they see themselves in the stories, in your story that you're sharing. Um, so now you're here and we're celebrating you. We're celebrating your book launch. What would you say is the best part of accomplishing this dream for you?
I think the best part is just knowing that there's another book out there that's quality, that has some heart and soul put into it. And you can never go wrong with books.
Mhm.
Books can change lives. And so I think just knowing that there's another book out there that's that's quality and entertaining and has a lesson behind it that we can all
Mhm.
learn from.
That's so good. I'm so curious to know, well, you mentioned you have four children. What did your kids think of the book? Have they seen it? What was their
They have
reaction?
seen it. They had a lot of opinions about it.
Hmm.
It's kind of been a family project. So anytime that we had like the storyline, I would say, what do you think should go here? What do you think about this? They've been there from the beginning. My oldest son is 20, and so it's been so fun to see that how invested they've been in it. And they wanted to read the drafts and they wanted to see the illustrations and we're supposed to be getting our first copy this week, and it's just going to be so exciting to see like how it's been such a joint effort and that everyone's had an
Yes.
opinion and they've all had a part in it.
Yes. Holly, what are their ages? Because I cannot, all of us are like, what? You have a 20-year-old?
Yes.
I know.
So I have my oldest son is 20, and then I have a 17-year-old son, a 15-year-old son, and a 12-year-old daughter.
Oh, what a perfect age for them to
Yes,
contribute.
yes,
Family
yes.
effort.
It's been exciting. It's been exciting
So
to have.
good. So good. Um, Now, here you are on the other side as a children's book author. What advice do you have for an aspiring author who may be watching?
I think they need to just start writing. I started with the Notes app on my phone, and we were driving to my mom's, who lives an hour away, for Sunday dinner, and I just had all these ideas of, oh, I want to write a book about Maggie, and I just started taking notes. Oh, well, remember when she did this, and when she did this, and she did this, and it just kind of it just started to develop that way. And so I think just writing down your ideas anytime that you come across an idea of any type of book, write it down. You never know when it
Mhm.
turn into something big.
Sure, I love that advice. So, of course, today we want all of our viewers to go to Amazon, grab a copy of this wonderful book. It's there on an ebook format, softcover, hardcover format. Holly, besides going to Amazon, where else can our viewers find you?
They can go to, I have a website. It is naughtymaggybooks.com. And so there's a link there where they can purchase a book. I will also have it linked on my Facebook page, which is author Holli Plunkett, and my Instagram page as well, which is author Holli Plunkett.
Perfect, perfect. So, I was going to call you Maggie because I'm staring at Maggie
Um,
there also. Holly, before we go, is there anything else you want to share or anything that you wish I would have asked you?
I just want to thank you and your team for all of the patience and the guidance that they've given me along the way. It really was a seamless process. And so anybody who's ever thought about being a children's book author, look into Miriam's group and see she has so many different resources available. And just look at her Facebook page. You can find so much information to help without even having to
Mhm.
spend a dime. And so thank you for being so amazing.
Oh, I thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Holly. Well, it's been such a pleasure working with you and to see your story come to life and to meet Maggie today. That was extra
Yes.
special. Yes. And obviously, I love your book, and I do hope that all of our viewers go grab a copy of this book. It's such a fun read. The kids in your life are going to enjoy it, add it to their summer book collection and take it with you on picnics or road trips. They're going to really love the book. The way that you write is so good, Holly, that
Thank
it
you.
just captures you right away.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So friends, make sure to go to Amazon and make sure to go follow Holly. Well, it's been so good talking to you, Holly,
Same to
and
you.
thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, have a great day. Thanks
You.
everybody.
Bye.